Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World and my Ultimate Ninja Setup video part 3. So this is a work in progress, I will say that, and you know what? I am sure that one day there's going to be a part 4 because I'm constantly discovering new things about the ninjas. I'm discovering new things about the weapons, and oh my goodness. In preparation for this video, I've been doing a little bit of research on a lot of the swords, and I've discovered some pretty interesting things that we will be working on in the future. But in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the ninja setup and why I run this setup and what I'm going to do with it right now. So for those of you who have seen the other two videos, you know that pretty much all this whole, my personal ninja setup is determined by my Masamune. I love my Masamune. It's an amazing weapon. It's the first weapon that I took to all legendary perks, and it does have triple attack speed with life leech. It is amazing, and even though its DPS only shows 38,520, for those of you who have watched it in action, you know that with that hero setup, I've been able to take up that DPS to 137,000. One time I thought I got it to 143,000, but we never got a chance to get a screenshot or really look at it. But I have been able to get it to 137,000. That's, against nature enemies because it is fire. But what we're going to do right now is something that I need to do. And that is take this setup up to 5 stars and max it out. Now, I don't know how much it's going to cost me to take in experience to take these guys up. This is my very first time I'm doing anything to 5 stars. And the reason why I'm not taking any weapons to 5 stars yet is because I just don't have the materials. That is all the bright core and sunbeam that I have. So for now, until I get a little stronger, once I work on my hero squads and my survivor squads and my heroes a little more, then I'll start, doing higher level missions. But let's talk about why I do this. For those of you who watched the videos before, kind of know why, but the reason why I run what I run is Swordmaster Ken in my main slot, Swordmaster Ken in my support squad bonus, and Sarah Claus in my tactical squad bonus. Tactical squad and support squad. So the reason why I do this is because, let's see if we can't just check him out here. I love damage. I love damage and I love swords, and he is a sword master. And the whole focus of this build is built on the 5 Winds Cut and the assassination. So 5 Winds Cut is a perk that gives you increased damage of swords, axes, and scythes by 24%. 24%. Wow. And assassination, dealing sword damage, grants 1 stack of assassination, increasing the damage dealt by swords by 5%, lasts 11 seconds and stacks up to 5 times, does not stack with the assassination tactical perk. So that's why I don't run an assassination on my tactical squad slot. It has long assassin, it has legendary blade that does an additional 35% sword damage while shadow stance is active, and of course it has Masamune. Increases the sword damage of legendary blade by an additional 35% while shadow stance is active. So you've got the 35 plus 35 plus the 25% plus the 24%. That's a lot of percent, and it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there because my Swordmaster Ken in my support squad also has 5 Winds Cut, which gives me an additional 24%. That's why I can take Masamune from 38,000 DPS to 137,000. And normally it averages around 72 to 90 something, 92. That's where it usually lands. So there's a lot of damage that can be done, and then using Masamune at that incredible speed, there you go. And finally, the reason why I use Sarah Claus is because she does have tactical squad bonus, hardy strikes. Every 4th hit with melee weapon restores 24 base health. Because of the because of the fact that my Masamune has triple attack speed, so much damage, so much speed, and those 4 hits happen so fast that I can get that health back. And most of the time against enemies that are like actually level 76 enemies and below, I can, and even mini bosses, I can pretty much just stand there and attack them. And even though they're attacking me or hitting me, I'm healing as fast as they're attacking me. Now, because of this, I have thought about running, I think it's one of the constructors that every time that you use smoke bomb, you restore your shield. Or running the, I forget who it is. I forget who it is. Miss Mimi runs it, that every time that your shield goes down, you generate 6 like quick little hits from your shield, like little explosions. Either one of those. But I have gotten used to using Sarah Claus for so long that at this point it's like I kind of really depend on it. Although I am looking to change that in the future. I don't know. I might try both of those and see which one is better. But the biggest problem with this and wanting to try different setups and wanting to try all this different stuff is, as you guys may know, once you put all this experience and evolved materials into a hero, the only way to get it back is by retiring the heroes. And likewise in schematics, you have to recycle them to get everything back. So right now where I am in the game, I kind of wish that we had a way of like even paying a few V-Bucks, you know, like the 20 V-Bucks that you can pay in your collection book to get something out. I wish we had that. I could pay like 20 V-Bucks to strip everything from a schematic, from a hero schematic. So I could strip all of the experience, all of the evolved materials, everything would come back to me and take that one back to level 1 or whatever. I'm really hoping that one day they will do that for us. That would be really, really awesome. But for now, I have to be really careful with what I use and what I level up. I can't just level up everything I want. I gotta be really, really very careful, you know, in what I'm going to do. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go straight into leveling up the first one. I do want to see this right now. I have 2,200,291 hero experience. And I'm going to evolve my very first hero to 5 stars, which is going to be Swordmaster Ken. I'm going to be using, he has to be max level. I'm going to be using 13,750 hero experience, 80 pure drops of rain, wow, 18 training mounts, 33 lightning bottles, 22 Eye of the Storms, and 11 storm shards. That's the other thing, storm shards and Eye of the Storms. I'm going to have to start farming those if I want to start taking things to 5 stars. Thankfully right now I don't have that much that I want to take to 5 stars, but I did realize in preparing for this video that if I want to take all of my survivors, my survivor squads, my mythic leads and my mythic survivors to 5 stars, I need to get farming storm shards. So that's actually what I'm going to be doing soon when I farm. But let's do this. My first evolution, there he is. Oh, I should have checked to see what his health is. Well, let's kind of just look at here. So 82 and 40. Let's say he's 82 and 40. Wow. Okay, that's not bad. He's going up. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Man. Okay, and see the smoke bomb is going up. Throwing stars are going up. Not that I use them very well. All this damage. Look at the Dragon Slash too. Dragon Slash is going up too. Wow. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna get so much stronger. Okay, so there we go. He is maxed out. He's got 92,000 health now. Wow. Okay, so for now, let me kind of see where I am on experience now. So I ended up using about 150,000, which is not that bad. It's not that bad. That's not bad, but my next question is, should I also level up these as well? So this is the thing. I'm gonna have to use 11 of those storm, 150,000. I could do it. But the main problem here is, this is interesting. So as you guys may know, whenever you take the slotted heroes, look what it says here. Squad bonus and tactical slot and support slot bonuses. Slot a hero here to give 20% of their health, shields, and hero ability damage stats to the primary hero. The primary hero will gain the support bonus of hero placed in the slot. So using these, and if I were to take both of these up to 5 stars, it means that, I would probably get my health over 100,000 Yeah, because it went up. Ooh, maybe. I don't know if it would reach over 100,000, but the health and shield would go up. So the only thing stopping me right now, the only thing slowing me down right now is those storm shards and the fact that I need every single storm shard I can get right now, because actually I need to farm some more storm shards to be able to continue. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. That's just the first part. So I'm going to leave it there for the hero squads. Once I farm up some more of those, what was it, storm shards? Yeah, once I farm up more, that's what I'm going to be doing the next few days. I need to get about 100 of them. So I'm going to go into Twine Peaks and farm as much as I can. The next thing I want to do right now is I do want to talk about my swords. And there is going to be a part 4. There is going to be a part 4 of this video where I fully decide what my setup is going to be, decide which heroes is going to be in that squad, and that's going to be my sword setup. But of course, the heroes is one part of it, right? The swords. The hero is one part of the sword setup, but the other part is the sword. Yes, I do have the Masamune, and the Masamune is amazing, but guess what? Anytime that I go up against a water enemy, a water husk, my Masamune does no damage. I mean, it is like horrible. I can just stand there and like regular mini husks, I can just smack him a bunch of times and they still don't die. And I mean, I've been going into missions now that are level 82, 88, etc. Those 88 or 82, whichever one, the 4-person ones that take it up to 100. Oh my goodness, those are crazy. But we're going to work on a couple swords now. Yes, we are. We are going to work on a couple swords. And what swords are we going to work on, you might ask? We are going to work on 2 swords. We're going to work on the vacuum tube sword and the Vindertech slicer. And actually, in preparation for this video, I realized something very interesting about swords in this game. And the fact that even though there's a lot of other weapons that we have of wide, like ARs, we have an AR for everything. Swords, event swords, we don't have that many event swords, and the ones that we do are very, very interesting. We have 3 event swords. Well, we have 3 fast swords, I call them, and 3 heavy swords. We have the Founder's Blazing Masamune, we have the Vacuum Tooth Sword, and we have the Vindertech Slicer. And heavy swords, we have the Dragon's Tooth, the Krypton Sword, and the Pressure Cutter. I'm going to talk about the 3 heavy swords in the next video because I discovered something very interesting about them. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the Vacuum Tube Sword and we're going to take the Vindertech Slicer and we're going to level them up. And we're also going to work a little bit on the perks because I think I'm going to start running a triple sword setup sometimes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to evolve the Vacuum Tube Sword, and the reason why is because this is a nature one. Yes, we need that nature. And let's talk about this. So I did say kind of recently, I talked about in a different video, I talked about something that I realized about Obsidian and Shadow Shard. And I've been someone who has said, you know, if you want to make something Shadow Shard, go ahead. If you want to make it Obsidian, go ahead. Understand that things are going to slightly change. For example, the attack speeds on these, they are going to slightly change. But I realized recently that there's a reason why we have Obsidian and Shadow Shard. And you know what? If it's an event weapon, I think that yes, you need to go Shadow Shard. Very, very few times should you go Obsidian unless you're really looking for that extra durability and that rate of fire or attack speed. Very rarely will you go for that because the difference in damage, look at that. Look at the difference in damage. The difference in damage will be gigantic. So you are going to see me take these to Shadow Shard. So the first one is going to be the Vacuum Tube Sword, which we're going to be taking to Shadow Shard. Also, for those of you who don't know, I do have this Vacuum Tube Sword that has Affliction, and I also have another one that has Snares. I prefer Affliction. I just like Affliction more just because I know Snares, but with my ninja setup, I attack so fast and I move so fast anyway that I do prefer the Affliction. Things tend to die so fast that it's better for me to have Affliction, you know, than Snare. Keep making them go slow doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and evolve this one. Give me 1 second here. Let me write this. Actually, yeah, let me do this really quick here before I forget. Let me check the heroes here, and let me do this. 2053041. So it cost 147,250 to take it up. I've just wanted specific numbers of this. Okay, so let's go back into the schematics, and let's go back here, and let's do the vacuum tube sword first. So I want to see my schematic experience is at 2,214,603. Okay, and we're gonna evolve this to Shadow Shard. Yes, yes, yes. We're using Eye of the Storms, Lightning Bottles, and I have plenty of everything. Good. Okay. So let's go ahead and take this one up to 106. Also, I will only be taking weapons right now to level 40. In part 4, I will be taking some weapons, the Masamune, of course, to 5 stars and beyond. But like I said, I just don't have right now the capacity to do so. I can't take any weapons to 5 stars because I don't have the materials for it to make them. Yeah, I would make it, but then I'd have to go farm. So we've got, I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to take all of these to Epic because I do have a considerable amount of Epic. So let's go ahead and take this guy to Epic. And this is where we're also going to talk about some things here. So I definitely do value speed above everything else. I'm going to change. So my swords are all going to pretty much look the same. I'm going to put Life Leech on them and double attack speed. Yes, yes. I thought about doing the double Life Leech, but because I run the Seraclaw setup, you know, it's kind of like, why? So I'm going to take this one all the way up to, yeah, we're going to take this one up to Epic. So we've got double attack speed, Life Leech, and Affliction. Cool. All right, that's that one. Done. And then let's work on the Vindertech Slicer. Now, the Vindertech Slicer, I will say, is an incredible weapon. The Vindertech Slicer, oh my goodness, look how much that is going up to. The Vindertech Slicer actually is probably, I don't know if I'm going to use it more. Oh, I forgot to see how much it took. Oh well, too bad. We'll have to do it next time. I think it took me about 100, yeah, it took about another 150,000, didn't it? So it takes about 150,000 each time. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we did take it to Shadow Shard. It's a beautiful weapon, man. Look at this thing. The Vindertech weapons are just amazing. They're just so amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and modify these perks on this one. The Vindertech Slicer, I did take it to damage resistance, but I'm going to go to Life Leech. Damage resistance is really interesting, but I do feel that Life Leech is better overall. So we're going to have to farm epic perk ups. Whew. And unfortunately on my Vindertech Slicer, I do have snares on it. I did not get affliction in it, but regardless, it's still good. It's still good. So there we go. We have that one fully at full epic now. I'm very excited to use all 3 of these weapons. Now you may have noticed that I do have the Stabsworth and Stormblade. I actually want to compare the Stormblade to the Vindertech Slicer. I may do that in a separate video, just comparing them both side by side. Now, it kind of won't be that fair because if you can see, my Stormblade is just, you know, I think... Wow, I didn't realize that the Stormblade used Char Black Mineral Powder. Oh, interesting. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't realize they used that. Okay, well anyway, so now I have myself a fire sword, a nature sword, and an energy sword. And honestly, the Vindertech Slicer is the one that I'm most excited to try out here. But that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Just wanted to show you guys what my setup is going to be now. I really want to take these guys up. I really do. As soon as I get, what is it, 22? Oh, man, should I just do it now? You know what? I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. You guys let me know. If I take it up another, it's going to give me, what, 20% of about 15 is going to be another 6,000. So I'll get about 6,000 more health out of this and about 2,000 or 3,000 more shield. Is it worth it? I don't know. You guys let me know. Once I do get more of the supplies, more of the storms, yes. Once I get more storm shards, you better believe that I will definitely work on those. Get my full maxed out setup. Because I definitely, I'm excited to do this. But now that I have this, I'm excited to see what I can do, especially with that vendor tech slicer. That vendor tech slicer I don't think it's going to take over. I don't think it's going to, take over for my Blazing Masamune, but I may be switching them out back and forth. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2. This has been my personal Ultimate Ninja Setup video part 3. One finger wanted to get part 3, guys. Let me know what you guys like. I do intend to try and continue using my ninja setup into Twine Peaks, and I may not do the most damage, or maybe I will. You never know. We'll have to see. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.